You gave up after bullet point 2? I might. All right, so the first big thing that they updated was the Vega system. Now, this is its first time, I think it's been officially discovered in 2402. I think it may have been mentioned this before. The big thing that was changed here was its discovery. I don't remember doing this because I actually, 2402 puts it at the age, at the second or third complete history of Star Citizen lore series. So it was at the time period when I was actively looking for this lore and I couldn't find it. And I did scour Galactopedia and stuff. So I think this is new that was added. I could be wrong. Vega was discovered during the human colonial expansion era in 2380 to 2530, thanks to the United Nations of Earth Eastern Expansion Program, which is the progenitor to Project Farstar. On it was specifically designed to try to find a new route to the Banu, because at that point we had discovered the Banu, I think, before then, around then, and then. We were trying to find more. I may be kind of off on that one. On the 2nd of June, 2402, surveyor Barbara Nagasaki found an anomaly in the Oberon system that suggested the presence of a jump point, usually a gravitational anomaly. After conferring with her son Marcus and her sister Vicky, who had accompanied her on the mission, the family decided to bring the ship closer to the anomaly to scan for its signature. Moments after they launched the scan, they accidentally triggered the jump, and the ship was pulled into interspace. Thanks to Marcus's experience in navigation and Vicky's quick plotting reflexes, they regained control of the ship, and it safely guided it to a new planetary system. Once the Nagasakis completed a survey of the new system, they safely traveled through the jump point a second time and journeyed to Earth, Sol 3, and reported the findings to the UEEEP, UN Eastern Expansion Program, United Nations of Earth Eastern Expansion Program. There we go. Yeah. The UN EEP. Why is that so fucking funny? UN EEP. Is this a cartoon where they found a spider? We're the Knights of Eep. So we're going through. So CIG did a bunch of stealth updates to the lore. So a bunch of lore stuff. They basically did the equivalent of a full Galactopedia update and didn't tell anybody. So one of the things that we were talking about here was the discovery of the Vega system. And also, that's a hell of a jump. Because, like, Vega is... You go to Vega to Oberon, and then Oberon to Null, and then Null to Croshaw, and then Croshaw to Sol. So that's, like, 4 jumps to get back to Earth. That's a hell of a journey. I mean, it makes you a lot of fucking money, but, you know, it's a hell of a journey. All right, so some of this may also be new as well. Located in the Green Band, the planets of Vega 2 and 3 are lightly terraformed and open for settlement in 2409. The population rapidly increased after 2412 when Elaine Victus found the Virgil Vega jump point to the Vega system. Fuck you, Elaine Victus. God damn. That's bad. That was bad timing. This kicked off the Project Farstar in 2412 to 2681, a program that provided funding for nav jumpers and terraforming companies in an effort to expand the borders of the UNE outwards from Virgil system, which is, funny enough, one of the reasons why Pyro got so much attention, because Pyro could tap into Project Farstar equipment funding to help them terraform Pyrotechnic to terraform Pyro. So, government is management, is what I'm trying to say. It's the reason why Pyro is the way it is. As expansion continued, Vega became crossroads between such systems as Orion, Tiber, Bremen, and Terra. It is kind of a whole kind of stuff. Thank you for them biddies. UN. I didn't saying the thing. Vega 2 was largely settled by the military, while Vega 3 rose as a center of commerce and culture, receiving the recognition by the UE Senate as Selene in 2573. It seemed that the Vega system was well on its way to becoming one of the most influential in the UEE. However, in 2712, that shifted because the Orion system, only 3 jumps away from Vega, was suddenly and unexpectedly lost to the Vanduul. Population growth stalled, sprawling construction projects built ahead of projected population increase were abandoned, and the economy teetered in a recession. In 2736 and 2737, Selene's situation became even more dire when the Vanduul wrenched the Tiber and Virgil systems from the grasp of the UEE, putting Vega directly on the border with Vanduul territory. Refugees from Virgil chose to settle on Vega 2 instead of Selene, also known as Aramis, due to its strong military presence. Experts believe that Vega would be the Vanduul's next target, which of course it is. Once one of the fastest growing systems in the UEE, Vega's population growth entered the negatives. It's basically a system made out of refugees. Virgil Ltd, for instance, headquartered out of Vega. Castak Arms, headquartered out of Vega. Castak is named after one of the major cities that fell, and Virgil Ltd is made out of literally Virgil refugees. This is just a brief lore fact, but one of those things when the game becomes more developed. If you find out that an NPC is descended from a refugee of Virgil, don't piss them off. Like, whatever you do, do not piss them off. Because if CIG continues the characterization that they do, they hold fucking grudges for generations. They will hunt your offspring down and murder them in their beds. They will invent new and inventive ways to commit genocide of your next of kin. They are fucking scary. To give you context, Virgil fell, a bunch of people fled and went to Vega, and so they decided to build mechs. They got so pissed off, they wanted to build robotic versions of the Vanduul to go punch a Vanduul in the face. Refugees from Virgil chose to resettle on Vega 2 instead of Selene due to its yeah. In the mid-2800s, Vega 2 broke this pattern. Initially drawn by the cheap and available real estate, people from outside the system began to purchase homes and settle there, including a contingent of Tevarin who lived there. Then in 2884, the Vanduul invaded the Caliban system instead of moving on Vega as predicted. The prevailing sense of danger in the system eased, especially on Vega 2, under the direct protection of the military. By the early 2940s, it became more populous and prosperous than Selene, and the planet made a bid for the UEE Senate recognition. The feared Vanduul invasion finally arrived in 2945, when a large clan, accompanied by a rarely sighted kingship, entered the system and launched an attack on Vega 2. The UEE Navy's Second Fleet, commanded by Admiral Ernst Bishop, I think this is new too, had been tracking the scouts of this clan and was in the area when the attack launched. After a lengthy battle, the vastly outnumbered UEEN forces managed to destroy the kingship and drive the Vanduul out of the system. The effects on Vega 2 were devastating. Entire cities were wiped out, and the death toll was in the millions. In the aftermath of the attack, Imperator Costigan, the UEE Senate, officially recognized Vega 2 as Aramis, and Edward Emil as its first senator. Buildings damaged in the Battle of Vega 2 have since been restored and replaced. Squadron 42 spoilers? Not really. Like, we've known the outcome of the Battle of Vega for 10 years, or since like the year of its announcement, of Squadron 42's announcement. Or they could have voted for Senator Arm M.N. Strong, once and future senator. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a goddamn honor to be here amongst you and you brave sons and daughters of Stanton.
Troops are ready to inspect, sir.
What's your name, son? What's your name? Good man, Cruz. It's good. Man, a few words, I like it. Action. How about you, son? Got a bunch of very strong, silent men. I like it.
Your inspiring presence intimidates them, sir.
Don't have to be intimidated by me. You have to be intimidated by death and destruction. All right. I'm going to give you a bit of rousing speech. Today you will look death in the face.
Oh, the guy is on the move.
Who's chucking nades?
Not a grenade!
Getting hit by people here.
Yeah, we're dodging more grenades than we are bullets.
Who are you dodging grenades from? Where are you?
From our team that just smacked us. Morgan.
I'm getting shot.
Well done, Senator.
One down. And you're going to punch death in the face.
Apparently the game doesn't want me to have an FS9.
2 down.
Oh.
Yeah, back up. He has a nade launcher. Oh.
Jeez.
I got a head on out of here. I might be back on later.
Yeah.
Not sure, but
Wait. Let me.
Another one down.
Too slow. Oh, you got it.
You good?
It's fine.
Barely.
And you're gonna throw him off these platforms, and you're gonna tell him not today.
You're confusing the team, you're confusing the enemy. Good job.
Are y'all taking a Pisces over here?
No.
We're pulling up on brushwood now.
You can take away my spaceship.
Ah,
You can take
Nailed out here.
Serpentine, Babu, serpentine!
not tomorrow, not ever.
No one below you. Get him. Let's go.
To the sand pit.
One more by the tree.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
To kill this one.
Take him out.
That guy is facing through the screen.
Ooh, jeez. That was a grenade on.
We're almost there. 50% of the way.
That's not good.
No, not please.
It's fine. I'll go up the ramps. We're almost there.
You got it.
We get you, sir.
That's good. Now let's go kick some ass.
Squad, fall out.
The people of Virgil sound like a fun time. Yeah, they are very fun. Yeah, spoilers, you will win the game. I mean, also spoilers based off of this, it's a Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, you stopped the Vanduul attack. But did you? Sort of, Andrew. The game, as we could see in the Squadron 42 video that we saw, starts with the attack on Vega 2. So, like, what I just described in here, this whole thing right here, this is the beginning of Squadron 42. But it doesn't tell you much when it says that millions were that toll was in the millions. Just because you know you win the battle doesn't tell you if anyone fucking survives. I mean, no one was able to destroy a kingship until Bishop, and I have my ideas of how that kingship actually was destroyed. I got ideas. I have suspicions. I mean, we've seen images of the aftermath of the attack on Aramis. Like, there's an entire city that's just gone. It's just a fucking craters. That's all it is. The attack and Vanduul are completely other sides. So, if they make the second game, I hope it's not called Squadron 42 2. See, she's bad at naming. That might actually happen. Is the valiant actions of one unnamed pilot, possibly from Squadron 42? All I'm gonna say is, if the start of the game you're not a pilot and you applied for the flight academy, and then suddenly after the battle you're a pilot because you went to the pilot academy, something must have fucking happened. Hey, Arthur.
I'll ride as soon as I can. Stay safe. Your loving son.
Moments that our narrative provides.
How did you handle it after Vega?
I'm not sure I handled anything. It helps to remember that stuff like this is supposed to hurt.
I've never been good at dealing with problems I can't fix.
If we crash our javelin into the kingship to kill it, If I don't have the ability to go from hell's heart, I stab at thee, then the worst game. Fucking 0 out of 10. Impossible to play. If I have an option to ram a giant capital ship into another capital ship, and I can't quote Khan, it's a fucking mistake. Today is a good day to die. No, hello boys, I'm back. I need one of those, or all of them. You would be a legend for penetrating a kingship without lube. I just can imagine the unfair shouts from the Vanduul. That's not fair. That's what we do. You're not supposed to ram us back. The city on the planet discovered by Nagasaki got wiped off the map. Yeah, I know. CIG's really fucking subtle about that. Someone had fun. I don't know who it was who had fun, but somebody had fun. Oh yeah, the system that you play and you get absolutely fucking annihilated by an alien force is the people who discovered that system were called Nagasaki. Like, come on, CIG, come on. Subtle is not in their vocabulary sometimes. What are you doing, Yui-san? All right, culture. Vega is known throughout the UEE for its food. Selene's low cost of living and available land supports an urban farming movement in most of the planet's cities. In Titus, the planet's most populous city, there's a rising number of farm-to-table restaurants supported by city-grown fruits and vegetables. The nature of the food service served changes depending on the time of the year and what can be grown in each locale. That's very, that's common for a lot of places in the world, just not in the United States. On Aramis, the food culture is centered around molecular gastronomy. Elaborate meals based on experimental techniques are common in New Corvo. New Corvo is the city that we see in the Squadron 42 trailers. That's just wrecked. Because it's located on the border of Vanduul territory, the threat of Vanduul invasion never fully leaves the consciousness of the people of Vega. Absurdist art, reflective of existential dread and the folly of war, is popular on Selene. There's also an artistic movement towards returning to nature. Bizarre pieces that express irrationality and degradation of form can be found in local galleries, as easily as a sculpture made entirely from reclaimed or organic materials. Aramis, home to many descendants of refugees from Orion, Tiber, Caliban, and Virgil, offers a contrasting picture. The art there is decadent, sensuous, and experimental.